Hey students, I'm going to record few lectures on internet technology as because of COVID-19 outbreak we cannot continue our classes in colleges, so we all the teachers are recording lectures and uploading in YouTube. So as part of that and preserving and to preserve the content, so I am going to record few lectures on internet technology, and this is the first lecture on internet technology, and we'll start with the very basic concepts of network, then internetwork, and eventually we'll go on and we'll be discussing about the history of internet and the different aspects of internet and applications and different protocols, different many other things in this subject internet technology. So let me start with the concept called network. So what is a network and why a network is required? So as a person, we actually want to communicate with each other. So how it is possible? It is possible through audio communication. When we are in a close vicinity, so we talk to each other. So the air is the medium, so we talk to each other and we exchange our information, we exchange our feelings through voice. And we have other some like signaling methods. We can sometime we show our signs or our gestures through which we communicate with each other. So this is actually exchange of information, exchange of our expression, exchange of our feelings in our day-to-day life. How do you do that? So what is this network mean? So naturally we have our network. Suppose it's a family, so how many person are there in this family? Suppose 6 or 7 person. So each and everyone is like communicating with each other. They are physically talking to each other, and they are different way they are exchanging materials, they are exchanging different things, food, materials, and many other things. As we live in our family, so we exchange information. So there is another family which are our neighbors, so we can communicate with them also. And how do we communicate with them? So we communicate again, one person from our home, we go to their home, so we exchange our information physically. So this is a concept of exchanging materials, exchanging information, exchanging feelings. So we need in a network in our day-to-day life. As a human being, we always need network. Like other species also, every species, they maintain the network, otherwise we cannot sustain. So can we extend that network? Can we extend the exchange? Can we extend that exchange information, exchange of data when we are far away from each other? So this is possible nowadays. We can see that we can do a phone call and we can communicate with another person at a remote place, not they are not in our vicinity, but they are at a remote place, far away from each other. So this person now can communicate with another person far away. So with the phone, with the telephone, we can communicate. So telephone may be wired, maybe wireless. So maybe this is a, suppose wireless, this is a wire telephone. Earlier we had wired telephone. So wired telephone, they have connection, so through many things and control switching devices and machineries were there in between, so we can communicate with each other. And nowadays what we are using, the wireless communication, these are the we call tower or base station, so through which we communicate with each other. So this is a model of transmitting our signal from one place to another. So this is called, we call it a phone network. And this is a landline, again telephone network. So this is again a network. So we are also usually we are actually we have been using that, and this is not new to us. So now we are talking about network, in terms of internet. So nowadays we are using internet very well. So we have a computer in front of us, and we communicate with each other far away from us. Suppose one person is at Agartala, another person is at Delhi, so we can send information through messages, text messages, uh, text messages. We can send audio, we can send video, and many other information. We can send file. So this is a form of communication we are nowadays we are doing. How do we do? We have a computer, we have softwares, and a computer, that is a hardware. So in between, they are far away from each other. A is far away from B. One is at Agartala, another is at Delhi. So how they communicate? So they are not there is no wire, direct wire between these two machines. No direct wire. So how it is possible to communicate? How to build the network? So as we are able to communicate, and there are many examples, like it is Agartala, and it is suppose Delhi. So we can communicate with Google, which is in America. So it is a Google server. So we search, we get information from Google. So this is Agartala, this is India. So this far away from India. How do we make the network? So this is the actual challenge, and this is the actual thing we need to understand about internet, about networking, about internetworking, about different concepts. So usually and every day we are getting the advantage, we are getting the benefit of internet, and we are in that. So we have a phone, and we have another phone, and there is a server, or Google, Facebook, YouTube. So they all are like computers. So this everything is like in a network. Yes, obviously all the things are in a network. All the things are connected with each other. All the things in a single network. Otherwise it would not be possible to exchange information. I can send SMS, I can send messages in other platforms, text messages, audio. We can make phone call to other person. Here is another person, here is another person, and here is another person. So if we at this point in 2020 we can do many things with the help of this network, which is already existing. We call it WWW, World Wide Web. Web means a network, wide network, global network. So we all are in that global network. So how it evolved? So this is the evolution from the single. When people started making a network in 1962, it was a concept. The people were just started discussing about a network at that point, that how it will be if we can communicate with each other. At that time, no there telephone network were there, so it was like a direct communication with wire, and it was possible at that time. But a data network, transmitting data from one place to another, it was not possible. Transmitting file from one computer to another. Computer were there at that time in a very different way. No, it's not like the computer we see nowadays. It's very thin and very light and very small. So at that time, my computer, it used to be a size of a room. So and the computers were very much costly at that time. So this computer need to communicate with the another computer. The scientists, they were thinking about that. So Licklider was a person in 1962. He actually coined that like galactic network. See, he actually started talking about that it would be it's a, there is a like a there could be chances that we can communicate with each other, or any many computers, or every computers from different part in the in the world can communicate with each other, and our we can share our information with each other. Every single computer will be able to communicate with each other. That was a concept at that time. Concept. It was not a reality. Nowadays it is a reality. So now it is a reality. Present it is a reality, and that was a concept in 1962. The Licklider, the person who talked about galactic network. So that reality, so this distance we have to cover as a student or as a learner. We have to cover that concept. We have to cover from that concept to reality. Nowadays it is a reality. It's 2020. So if we can go through this journey, what was the evaluation, what was the concept, what is the story, what is the method they approached. So if we can do that journey, our learning is complete. Our learning is complete. And so let us start with the very basic concept. So what is a network? So network is a there is a device. So we want to send one computer to another, something, or one device to another, we can call device. So device 1, device 2. So we want to send anything from device 1 to device 2. So the information is, suppose, hello. We want to send hello. So this is called sender, this is called receiver. This is natural. Who will send will be sender, will receive will be receiver. Sometime it will send to it, so this will be sender, this will be receiver. So now for the timing, consider 1 is sender and 2 is the receiver, and the message you want to send is hello. So if you want to send, so scientifically, logically, what we need a communication medium. Medium means through which the message will travel. So this message, and what will be the form of the message, how it will be traveling, it is a secondary matter. We'll discuss it, but for the timing, over as overview understanding, we need a medium from A to B, or 1 to 2, sender to receiver. This medium, we call it we can call it a wire, or we can call it web, we can call it yes, while or other form. Wire means signal, electrical signal will pass through wires. And if it is web, so wireless signals like radio wave, microwave, infrared, Bluetooth, different energy form, that is the wave energy will flow from A to B. And this exists in our world. The flow of energy from A to B is possible. So maybe through wire, maybe through air. So maybe through wire, maybe through air. So this is the medium, and this is the message, this is the sender, and this is the receiver. So we connected this point of the medium with the sender, and this point with the receiver, and we have a hello message. So so at this point, what we need actually, this is the very important thing, that this sender must know how to send this data at this port, and it will travel through this medium, and it will reach at this point, and this receiver must know how to retrieve the data from this, and to just show to the user who is sitting just in front of the computer or in front of the device. Because the sending from information from A to B is for the people. The people behind the machine is sending. The people behind the machine is receiving. At this point, the machine 1 is sending hello, and that machine knows that at this point, at this port, or the connection point, how to send data from its memory to that point, and how to retrieve data from that point to the memory and showing to the user in appropriate form, so that the user can understand. Because you are sending hello, so that person must get hello from the system. So in between how you are sending, that is the secondary issue we will be discussing. The total technology we will discuss. So we got the sender, we got the receiver, we got the medium, we got the message. So there is another concept that as the sender knows how to deal with this point, and receiver knows how to deal with this point, the sender knows how to convert that memory information up to a certain into a certain form, so that it can travel through, and traveling through this, and how to just get back the data and reassembling or just converting, decoding the data from this point and showing to the user at the end. This is called a set of rules or protocol. Protocol, you can say the logic, or you can the set of softwares. Protocol means standard rules which will be applicable on the message, so that it can travel through, and the receiver, the same software will be used here in a reverse form, so that it can decode, or it can get the information and can show to the. Why I'm saying that coding and decoding? Because hello will not be traveling as hello, it will be traveling as 0 1 0 1 0 1, because we know that in computer, in physically, if it wants to travel, that physical form is 0 and 1 only, 0 1. So you have to convert this hello into 0 1 0 1 form, so it will in binary, and that binary again it will be converted into electrical signal. So reverse, the binary will be binary, and the electrical signal will reach at receiver end, and receiver will again, it will convert this in binary, and that binary form will be again decoded eventually, and we will get the hello, which is the readable form, to the user who is just sitting behind the machine at receiver end. So this is called the protocol. So we have this 1 2 3 4 5, these 5 elements are required to just form a network of two device, or more than two device. They communicate with each other, means that exchange information. At this time we are sending hello, this text message. We can send audio, then again that audio will be converted into zeros and ones. If you want to send video, that will be converted into zeros and ones. So anything in computer, if you just want to send, you have to convert, the machine will convert it into zeros and ones. Then they will be in turn converted into electrical signals, and they will be transfer from A to B. Then at the receiver end, that will be just reassembled and decoded, and will be like converted into readable form. If it is file, that file will be reassembled at the end. It is a text, the text will be reassembled. If it is an image will be reconstructed the receiver's end. So that every rules, this we call it protocol. These 5 elements are very much required. This is the understanding of a network we want to have. So this is the general concept. So from this point we just start our discussion that if we can communicate with one another, so we can make a network like this. Suppose we have a network of 3 or 4. So this can communicate with this, can communicate with this can communicate with this can communicate with this, suppose. So in this form we can communicate with each other. This is suppose A, B, C and D. So A is communicating, so each and every one is communicating with each other, and they are connected. Suppose they are connected directly. A is directly connected with B, and suppose A is directly connected with C, and A is directly connected with D, and likewise every other devices, every other machines are connected with each other directly. So this is physically they are connected. Physically we have a medium M1, M2, like that. So we are connected, all these machines are connected. So A can send to C, A can send to D, A can send to B. So while sending to B, so again A to B communication. While sending A to D communication. And again this is the medium, at this case this is the sender, and this is the receiver. Again if A wants to send to B, so is the sender, it is the receiver. So again B wants to send to C, so at this B will be sender and C will be receiver. So this way we can call it a network. network. So what is the definition of a network? It's a connect one or more devices together to exchange information. So objective is exchanging information, exchange of data or information, same thing, exchange of information, exchange of file, exchange of exchange of file, exchange of data. File again is a collection of data. So this is the objective. So the whole internet now, what we are using at this point, at this present days in 2020, is the same thing. We are just exchanging information. Now I'm just recording this video. You are watching that video. At this point, when you are watching, what you are doing actually, so let me show it. So you are at your home with your PC, and there is another PC which is a YouTube machine. YouTube machine at, suppose, America. So here there is a connection. So it is not a direct connection. We'll discuss about it. What is the form of this connection? What is the form of this? This is the receiver at this case, and this is the sender, because YouTube is sending information to you. So here a video you are watching, the Learn Digital channel, and this video is a video. It is streaming at your machine. So that time that YouTube is like just sending information, zeros and ones, a series of zeros and ones, and streaming zeros and ones, zeros coming out from YouTube, and just it is being received by the receiver. This is you. So at that time in your machine there are many softwares, there are many layer of softwares or applications or set of protocols. So we can call it protocol, a set of rules. So protocol, which is like converting that zeros and ones into this video form. What you are just it is kind of like everything is hidden from the user. That's why the user is like confused how it is being done. Actually it's a clear and very transparent method how it is being done. There is no magic kind of thing. Everything is like a technology, and everything is like defined how they are doing. So in this case, in the now 2020 is the same thing, exchange of data. So whatever we are doing in internet, using the help of internet, so it is a very it becomes complex, because we are like incorporating many things in internet, and we are trying to do many things in terms of internet. Nowadays, if you have a big program to execute and your machine is not supporting that, you need that platform. So you can subscribe to a website, and you can upload your program, and they will execute in their machine, and you will get the result. So it is called cloud computing. Means your machine here, and there is another machine which is like capable of executing that. So you just send your program there, their machine, they will just you will just upload in their machine. They are having that platform and their infrastructure, their hardware capabilities, and that will be executed the program, and you will just receive the result. So this is called cloud. So we are trying to do anything in the remote PC, and we are trying to get anything from the remote PC. In that case, just system or the total network is being like being very much complex and large, very large and complex. So how this everything is being managed? We discussed about a term called protocol. So every time you will be just busy with this term. Whenever you study networking, you will study this thing, protocol. So don't take everything as like a dry theory kind of thing. Just relate with the practical understanding, and just relate with the practical components whatever you available, and go through many videos. YouTube, it's not like only one video can give you everything. You can like build your own foundation, because the students, they actually in my time also, when I was in in BTech. So at that time I did not have that idea about the networking, data communication, or everything, because I did not take or we did not get that much of access to information, access to videos, access to internet connections. Nowadays, there are many lecturers, many experts, they are giving their lecture in internet, they are storing YouTube. Many classes, the world class institutions, they are like exploring their content, they are just delivering their content and placing in YouTube, so that the students or learners at in a remote rural area, remote area, where nothing is available, colleges where the teachers are not there. So nowadays the content and the concepts, everything are being discussed like in a very open manner. So there is no concept of like hiding things or anything. Only one person will know, and that person will like explain anything. Now you are going through my lecture. I'm not claiming that everything is like this, everything is discussed here, but I can give you a direction, and everything you can understand by going through the going through many contents. If you really want to learn, every time I say that if you really want to learn, you have to pay attention, you have to provide little bit of concentration, and you have to spend time, and quality time. If you really want to understand, then sit and go through the content carefully. If you don't understand, go to the previous one. If you do not understand the previous one, go to the then previous. So if you will reach at a point where you understand the concept, then you start again going forward. This is the fundamental concept of learning. And here you have got a subject or anything, any concept, and if you want to learn anything here, if you are not understanding, so you go there, just backtrack. If you don't understand here, you just go here, so you will understand. So again you just go forward. So any concept you can understand. And like internet, YouTube or internet, many contents are available. Many contents, millions, billions contents are available. Previously it was not there. So only teachers were the only source of like information and lectures. Now it is not. And many, every teachers are like placing. That's why the contents are there in internet. So in this lecture we discussed up to this, and in the next lecture we'll discuss about many other things about the history of internet, how they try to evolve. And just remember the concept called this protocol, and we'll start with this protocol, and we'll just try to learn networking in a very practical manner. And it's not like you have to memorize anything, or we will deal with the contents which are like very much complex. We'll try to make everything in a very like understand, so that you can understand. So thank you. Just stay tuned at Learn Digital channel, and just follow the next contents which are coming up. Thank you.